Ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Reardon Family Field for game number one of the NAIA softball opening round here in the Fayette bracket. Game one will feature the number 4 seeded Grenadiers of Indiana University Southeast and the number 1 seeded Crusaders of Madonna University. We ask that all players, coaches, and spectators abide by the NAIA champions of character values, which are respect, integrity, responsibility, servant leadership, and sportsmanship. And now, let's meet the teams. First, the non-starters for the visiting team on the scoreboard, Indiana University Southeast. Number 1, Ava Allen. Number 5, Haley Foley. Number 6, Casey Stallings. Number 11, Emily Wolf. Number 14, Hallie Furr. Number 15, Madison Olander. Number 17, Olivia Morris. And number 31, Caitlin Chitwood. And now let's meet the starters for the Grenadiers. Leading off, designated player, number 32, Josephine Levens. Batting second, first baseman, number 35, Mackenzie Walters. Batting third, center fielder, number 7, Sophia Guy. Batting fourth, right fielder, number 21, Savannah Cather. Batting fifth, left fielder, number 27, Grace Stapleton. Batting sixth, third baseman, number 3, Caitlin Leister. Batting seventh, the catcher, number 36, Lillian McKee. Batting eighth, the second baseman, number 2, Elena Winsler. Batting ninth, the shortstop, number 4, Chloe Shoemaker. And the starting pitcher for the Grenadiers, number 34, Emma Davis. The Grenadiers are led by head coach Courtney Holm, and she is assisted by Olivia Stanbury, Chris Bush, and Brian Tapp. And now let's meet the non-starters for the home team on the scoreboard, Madonna University. Number 1, Isabella McCloggin. Number 5, Parker Gordon. Number 7, Olivia Salinas. Number 8, Lucy Harris. Number 12, Julia Rosas. Number 16, Lucy Bennett. Number 20, Sarah Austin. Number 22, Elizabeth Sabacool. Number 27, Jessica Dunkel. Number 28, Cameron McMillan. Number 37, Anna Battingen. And number 40, Chelsea Weatherford. And now the starters for the Crusaders. Leading off, playing left field, number 13, Reagan Finspire. Batting second, the shortstop, number 21, Ashley Rozevich. Batting third, third baseman, number 32, Bryn Anto. Batting fourth, first baseman, number 45, Faith Crampton. Batting fifth, the designated player, number 42, Riley Fitzpatrick. Batting sixth, playing right field, number 56, Carson Kuhlman. Batting seventh and catching, number 35, Hayden Whitmore. Batting eighth, second baseman, number 2, Ella Thomas. Batting ninth, the center fielder, number 10, Faith Peschke. And the starting pitcher for Madonna, number 33, Camille Oyer. The Crusaders are led by head coach Ron Brizoni, and he is assisted by Dan Bressler, Sean Hopper, Glenn Rothbrock, and Jeff Loffenberg. The umpires for today's game are Jeff Osborne, Ron Jones, and Jason Smith. And now, ladies and gentlemen, at this time, we ask all who are able to please rise and remove your hats for a prayer, followed by the playing of our national anthem. Almighty God, you have granted us to strive for our best. Please grant all athletes, coaches, and fans the strength to pursue excellence during this event. We pray for the safety of these athletes. Please protect them from injury and harm. Help us to honor you in all we do on and off the field, and make us witnesses to your glory. It's in Christ's name we pray. Amen.
48 teams begin play today in the 2026 NAIA Softball National Championship, and one of those teams will take home the red banner at the end of the week. We are in Fayette, Missouri, Central Methodist University, Cox Softball Complex, the Reardon Family Field, as this is one of the sites, one of the 10 sites. The winners of the 10 sites will head to Georgia and battle for that red banner. In our first game today, it'll be Madonna, Michigan. The Crusaders, the number 1 team in the country as far as the final poll is concerned. They're 45-4. They will take on Indiana's Southern Grenadiers. The IU Southeast team comes in 29-21. We'll be talking about these teams. In our second game today, this is a 4-team site. It'll be Midland, Nebraska, taking on the home team, Central Methodist. So that game will start about 2:30 this afternoon. But welcome to Fayette, Missouri, the home of Central Methodist University, and we are ready for action today. Indiana Southeast, Josie Lemons will lead things off, and she'll face Camille Oyer. Oyer, for the Crusaders, is 17-0 on the year. She has a .91 earned run average. So this tournament about to get underway as Lemons, the designated player, will step in from the left side and face Oyer. And this site in Fayette is underway as a fly ball to left field. Right there is Rankin Finkbeiner, and she makes the catch. So one pitch, one out. And that'll bring up the first baseman, Mackenzie Walters. Walters, a right-handed hitter. Where's number 35? She is from Liston, Indiana. Went to Tri-West High School. Steps in from the right side. The first pitch, she swings at it and fouls it over the first base dugout, 0-1. Mentioned Oyer, .91 earned run average. She struck out 55, and she's 17-0 on the year. Right-handed pitcher. Here's the next one. Just inside, it's 1-1. Oyer out of Canton, Michigan. 5'8", junior. Checks that wristband for the pitch. And here's the 1-1, and that's again fouled right side, and that will go over the fence, out of play. So it's quickly 1-2. Get Midland, Nebraska, and CMU in our second game today. We'll have 3 games tomorrow and either 1 or 2 games on Wednesday. And the winner of this site heads to Columbus, Georgia. Here's the next pitch. Line drive, right side, and making a running catch right at the foul line was Carson Coleman. That may have been a foul ball. It was very close to the line. The first base umpire, Ron Jones, was taking a close look. But the catch was made right at the line, quickly 2 out. Here's Sophia Guy. She's the center fielder. She's out of Mooresville, Indiana. First pitch to her. Popped up, and a diving attempt by the catcher, Whitmore, unable to get it right in the on-deck circle in front of the third base dugout. A heck of an attempt, and it's 0-1. Also coming in was a third baseman, Bren Antow. And Antow couldn't get there either. So here's the next one to Guy. She's a right-handed hitter. Pitch to her, a little ground ball toward third. Antow has it. Quick throw to first, and that is a 1-2-3 inning. Nothing across in the top of the first for IU Southeast. Crusaders coming up. In the pitching circle for IUS will be Emma Davis. Emma, 3.17 earned run average. She's 15 and 11 on the year. And the first batter she will face is Reagan Finkbeiner, the left fielder for the Crusaders. Steps in from the right side. Davis, a right-handed pitcher. And the first pitch, little high, ball one. Finkbeiner wears number 13. She is out of Freeland, Michigan. Next pitch to her, over for a strike. And it's 1-1. Caitlin Leister is the third baseman for the Deers. Chloe Schumacher is the shortstop. There's a line foul, left side out of play. Elena Winsler is the second baseman, and Mackenzie Walters is the first baseman. Grace Stapleton is in left field. Sophia Guy is in center, and Savannah Gaither is the right fielder with Lillian Mackey behind the plate. Next pitch from Davis, hit hard, left field. That is deep, and that is gone. A leadoff home run by Reagan Finkbeiner, and it's 1-0. Good crowd here rooting on Madonna University, and they liked what they saw. First hitter, Finkbeiner with a home run to left. Not a lot of breeze here today. That ball would have been out of a lot of parks. So it's 1-0. Finkbeiner got all of that one. That is her first home run of the year. Had 7 doubles, came in hitting .372, but her first home run of the year. And it's 1-0, and that brings in Ashley Rosevich. She's the shortstop. Pitch is inside, ball one. Let's see how Davis handles this after giving up that first batter home run. Next one, there's a strike, and it's 1-1. Rosevich out of Canton, Michigan, went to Plymouth High School. She is a junior. Next one, little high, 2-1. Crusaders in their white uniforms with the blue helmets, blue trim. Next pitch, popped up, and that's going to hit the screen behind home plate. The Deer in their red jerseys, black pants. Grenadiers from Indiana. Here's a foul. That's off the right side, off the screen. 1-0. Crusaders early lead. Finkbeiner with a home run to lead things off. Her first of the year. 2-2 count. Change up, and that's fouled off to the third base side. So still 2-2. Again, 2 games today. Midland, Nebraska, and CMU in the next game. That pitch a little outside, and it's full count. So 3-2 on the Crusader shortstop. The next one to her, she swings at that inside pitch, and another foul down the left side. The breeze there is kind of blowing across the field from left field to right. It'll be a warm week in central Missouri. Pitch. Swing and a foul tip back to the screen. Antel from Toledo, Ohio. Left-handed hitter, and that one stays outside. Davis trying to get it out here in this first inning. The first two have reached. A home run, a base hit, now a stolen base. Antal waits, and that's outside, and she walks. So the first three have reached now. These two teams did play the first game of the season this year, and Madonna won it 7-0 on a one-hitter. So they did play. Here's Faith Crampton, the first baseman, left-handed hitter, and the first pitch to her. Outside corner, strike one. Crampton out of Canton, Michigan. There's a ball, and it's 1-1. She's the cleanup hitter for this team. An average of .460 on the year. Here's a pitch to her. That's outside. She has 7 home runs. Rosevich leads this team with 14 home runs. Swing and a miss. That's the first out of the inning, and a big one for Emma Davis as Crampton goes down on strikes. That'll bring in Riley Fitzpatrick, the designated player. Fitzpatrick out of Michigan Center, Michigan, and there's a strike. Well, if Davis could get out of this first inning, giving up just that leadoff home run, she'd have to feel pretty good about it. Here's the next one. Fouled straight back at its own 2. Fitzpatrick, a .375 hitter. And here's the next one to her. That's a little high. As a team, Crusaders hit .369. Opponents batting just .225. Here's the next pitch. Fouled straight back again. If you want another offensive number, they've scored 384 runs, have the Crusaders given up just 103. They are the number 1 ranked team with the last poll, 45-4. Next pitch. Just missing. Umpire held up a little bit. The home plate umpire in this game is Jeff Osborne. Ron Jones is at first and Jason Smith at third. Next one. Hit hard but foul left side. Emma Davis working in this first inning. She's thrown a lot of pitches already with 1 out, 2 on, 1 run in. That's high and outside. Runner at second. Rosevich. Entow's on at first. And the next pitch fouls this one off to the right side, now to play. Here's the next one from Davis. Ground ball towards short. Handled there. Throw to third. Safe. And they say an infield hit or fielder's choice, as beating that throw into third was Rosevich from the shortstop, Shoemaker. And that puts Anton second. And Fitzpatrick is now on at first. Probably a fielder's choice, because she could have went to first, tried to get the lead run. And so the bases are loaded now for Carson Kuhlman, the right fielder. Nowhere to put her. 1-0 is the count. Here's the next one. That's high, 2-0. Kuhlman hit .287 throughout the year. Here's the next one to her. Swing and a miss. Good pitch. Davis has 103 strikeouts on the year. Next one. Little number in front of the plate. Picked up. The force out at home. Picked up by the pitcher. She came out of the circle. That ball had a lot of spin on it. She was able to pick it up and just underhand flipped it to Mackey to force Rosevich at the plate. And the runners all move up. Anto to third. Fitzpatrick to second. Kuhlman is now on at first. Two fielders' choices in a row. And here's Peyton Whitmore. Once again, Davis could get out of all this with just one run if they can get Whitmore. Here's the next one to her. That's high and outside. 2-0. Whitmore Hazlitt, Michigan, she calls home. Here's the next one to her. There's a strike, and it's 2-1. Now, this very first inning of this first round sight in this first inning, key at bat right here. Here's the next pitch. Outside 3-1. Nowhere to put her. So Davis has to throw a strike to Whitmore. Ella Thomas is on deck. Davis steps back, now back on that pitch and rubber. Here's the 3-1 pitch, fouled straight back. It's 3-2. So bases full, 3-2 the count, 2 outs, 1 run in. The left-handed hitting, Whitmore, the catcher, back in there from the left side. Davis is ready, and here's the 3-2 pitch. Struck her out, her second strikeout of the inning. And wow, what a job by Davis. In the inning, 1 run, a couple of hits, no errors, and 3 left. 1-0, Madonna after 1. Big couple of strikeouts for Emma Davis. It's 1-0 as we head top of the second. It'll be Savannah Gaither, Grace Stapleton, and Caitlin Leister, the 3 hitters to face Camille Oyer. Oyer retired the Deers 1-2-3 in that first inning. Pitch is in for a strike, led her high, 0-1. The Grenadiers. Interesting nickname. Here's the pitch. It's high, or it is letter high, 0-2. Grenadier is a specialized soldier selected for their size and strength. Term goes all the way back to the 17th century. Talked to a couple of their players, and they said, when we celebrate, we just say the Deers. So here's the 0-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. And a high inside pitch. Gaither down on strikes. That's the first strikeout for Oyer, and that brings up Grace Stapleton. Stapleton steps in from the right side. And here's the pitch to her. That's a little high. 1-0. Stapleton out of Shirley, Indiana. The Grenadiers came in 29-21. Next pitch to her. Inside, it's 2-0. Right foot all the way the back of that batter's box on the turf. Pitch is high, and it's 3-0. After Stapleton, it'll be Caitlin Leister. Some of the Midland players now coming in there. Going to watch some of this action. Here's the pitch. That's a strike, and it's 3-1. Left fielder Grace Stapleton. In the top of the second inning, 1-0 Madonna. Here's the next pitch to her. Fouls it back, and now it's 3-2. She's a right-handed hitter. A .362 hitter on the year. Here's the 3-2 pitch. Inside, ball 4. First base runner for the Deer. It's a walk to Grace Stapleton. And that brings in Caitlin Leister, the third baseman, another right-handed hitter. Steps in from the right side. That pitch a little outside the catcher. Whitmore tried to frame it. Home plate umpire said, nope, that's a ball. Leister out of Greenwood, Indiana. Next pitch to her, swing and a miss, 1-1. Indiana University Southeast, founded in 1941. Enrollment of some 3,400 students. 1-1 is the count. Here's the next pitch. Bunt, foul right side, so we'll do it again. The runner heading to second base. Stapleton will have to come back. Indiana University Southeast is located in New Albany, Indiana. That's just across the Ohio River from Louisville, Kentucky. Population about 37,000, somewhere in there, so good-sized community. All right, here's the 1-2 pitch. Check swing, and it's fouled. Check swing, but off the bat. So staying alive on that is Leister. 1-0 Madonna. We're on the top of the second inning. First game of this Fayette site, first round site. Here's the next one, way high. And it's 2-2. Madonna had a chance to really do some damage in that first, a leadoff home run, then left the bases loaded. Here's the next one. Swing and a miss. That's the second strikeout for Oyer. So 2 outs with 1 on. That brings up Lillian Mackey, the catcher. Mackey wears number 36 on that jersey from Columbus, Indiana. Here's the first pitch to her. Ground ball toward second. Diving stop. Throw to second, not in time. A diving stop by Thomas at second as she dove towards second base. Got a glove on it, but couldn't do anything with it, and that'll go as a hit. An infield hit by Mackey. So first and second with 2 out. And there's Elena Winsler. Winsler is the second baseman. She's from Bloomington, Indiana, and she is a senior. So 2 on, 2 out. And the first pitch. High ball 1. So the Grenadiers making some noise here in the top of the second inning. 1-0 is the count. And the pitch. That's high, 2-0. Warriors walked 28 on the year. 57 strikeouts. There's a strike, and it's 2-1. Stepping out for a moment is Winsler. Now she's back into that right side. 2-1 pitch on the way. Fouled back off the screen. And it's now 2-2. Oyer has 2 strikeouts in this inning, looking for a third. And Winsler takes her time, now steps back in. She steps more to the front of that box on the turf. And here's the pitch to her. Check swing, foul back to the screen. Glad you go with us today on the Urban Edge Network. We'll be here all week. In fact, all the NAIA games will be broadcast free of charge through the World Series in Columbus, Georgia. We're on the Urban Edge Network as part of the Heart of America Conference. Swing and a miss. And a walk, a base hit, but 3 strikeouts by Oyer. We're heading to the bottom of the second. Madonna leads 1-0. One nothing Madonna with the lead. Ella Thomas, Faith Peschke, and then back to the top of the order for the Crusaders under Coach Ron Perzoni. Left-handed hitting, Ella Thomas. And she hits this one to left field, going back and making an over-the-shoulder grab is Grace Stapleton. That ball was hit right at her, and she had to turn and reached up and made the catch. So 1 out, and here's Faith Peschke. She's another left-handed hitter. And takes it outside for a ball. Peschke, Allen Park, Michigan. She calls home, hits it high to left center. The center fielder moving over, making the catch, Sophia Guy. So quickly 2 out here in the bottom of the second. That'll bring up the leadoff hitter, Reagan Finkbeiner, who hit a home run to lead off this game. That's the only run of the game so far. We have a chance to talk about her. It was her first home run of the year. She steps in on the right side. She's out of Freeland, Michigan. And takes ball 1. And there was no doubt about her home run. She got all of that one to left field. But 2 quick outs here in the bottom of the second. There's a letter high strike, 1-1. Next pitch, that's a strike on the inside corner. And it's 1-2. Davis had 2 big strikeouts in that first inning. Looking for another one here. Little pop up toward the first base side, and that's grabbed in foul territory by Mackenzie Walters. So Davis has a quick 1-2-3 inning. We've played 2. Madonna leads at 1-0. Welcome to the Heart of America Athletic Conference, where innovation meets tradition. Here, growth is not just measured in victories, but in the development of character and sportsmanship. Our student athletes compete at a championship level, pushing their limits every day. The Heart is committed to an uncommon student athlete experience that features some of the premier athletic programs in the NAIA. Our commitment to excellence goes beyond athletics, establishing a community of support and mentorship. But what truly sets us apart is the heart with which we play. Join us and experience the passion, the drive, and the spirit of champions. That passion and commitment extends off the playing field and into graduation.
Third inning, 1-0 is our score. And for Indiana Southeast, it'll be Chloe Shoemaker, and then the top of the order. Shoemaker is the shortstop for the Deer. Where's number 4? Ramsey, Indiana. And here's the first pitch to her. She steps in, and now the pitch by Oyer is inside, ball 1. Oyer walked 1, struck out 2 in that last inning. The Deer had runners at first and second, but could not score. 1-0's the count here, and the pitch. Swing and a foul back, 1-1. Courtney Holm is the coach of this Indiana University Southeast team. Here's the next pitch. That's high, 2-1. She was an assistant coach at Purdue Fort Wayne before getting the job at IU Southeast. Native of Crown Point, Indiana. Played her college at South Suburban College and at Purdue Fort Wayne. Here's the pitch. That is fouled again, left side. And the count is 2-2 on Shoemaker. Just a little high and outside. It's 3-2, another full count. We're in the top of the third inning. Madonna leading 1-0. Here's the next one. Popped up on the infield, and the center fielder now coming in and making the catch just off the infield part of the turf, and there's one down. Good job by the center fielder, Peschke, realizing the shortstop, Lusevich, was having to backpedal, so she came in, made the call, and got her. So here's Josie Lemons. She flied out to left her first time up. Takes a little high, 1-0. Lemons out of St. Paul, Indiana, steps in from the left side. And that's just a little number towards second. Throw to first, they got her. Just a little soft liner, if you will, over the pitcher's head. The second baseman, Thomas, raced in, grabbed it, and threw it on the run and got it by maybe a half a step. 2 down. And that'll bring up Mackenzie Walters. Good defense by Thomas. And of course, Shoemaker, that left-handed batter's box, almost beat that out. So 2 out. First pitch fouled back off the screen, 0-1 to Walters. She flied to right her first time out. It would have been a foul ball. It was right on the line as Coleman made the catch. 0-1. We're in the top of the third inning. Here's the next one. Hitter. So 2 out. And Walters hit by the pitch. Right in the back. So she's on at first now. And here's Sophia Guy, who grounded to third her first time up. Coaches check on Walters. She will run there at first base. Guy steps in, puts that left foot as far toward the circle as she can with that left foot in the middle of that batter's box and fouls this one off the screen. 0-1. Little open stance. And here's the 0-1 pitch from Oyer. Ground ball right to short, handled there by Rosevich, and she races over to second for the force, and that's it in the top of the third inning. No runs, no hits, no errors, one left. We had bottom three, 1-0 Madonna. We head to the bottom of the third inning. Rachel Moore, the SID here at CMU, has added director of our live stream today to her many duties she has during this tournament and all year long. Glad you can be with us on the Urban Edge Network. First pitch bounces in for ball one to Ashley Rosevich. Rosevich with a base hit. And she was forced out at home on a bases loaded situation. Here's one's popped into short left center, and the center fielder coming all the way in to make the catch, 1 out. A bright sky today, very few, if any, clouds in the sky, light breeze. And that ball gets up in the air. It might be a little difficult, but good job there by Guy to come in and make the catch. And that brings in Bryn Dantow. She walked her first time up, was stranded at third base. Left-handed hitter. Takes it outside. Madonna University, Livonia, Michigan. A community of about 92,000. It's a suburb of Detroit. Swing and a miss, located about 20 miles northwest of Detroit. And some 2,000, just over 2,000 students, I'm told, attend Madonna University. Pitch, high and outside. Ron Pizzoni was named the coach of the year for the third time in that conference. He played baseball at Eastern Kentucky. Here's a foul back. Was named to the All-Century team there. Did play some minor league baseball in the Seattle Mariner and San Francisco Giants systems. He's had a lot of success coaching this Madonna team. They're ranked number 1 this year. There's a change up and unable to pull the trigger and down. That's called strike 3. So the third strikeout for Davis. She's pretty settled down since that first inning. Here's Faith Crampton. She was a strikeout victim in the first. Pitch to her is outside, ball 1. Here's the next one. Popped up toward third. Leister back pedals and takes that one in fair territory, about 2 steps behind third base. A 1-2-3 inning. We head to the fourth, 1-0 Madonna.
The value of champions of character across all institutions is a message that we can all get behind.
The purpose behind Champions of Character is to have that student-athlete experience be one of growth.
Men's basketball on campus, we make sure that we give back with a smile and with a purpose.
Our goal as coaches is for our players to leave being better men, better husbands, better fathers, and better members in their community.
NAIA is Champions of Character.
Already heading to the fourth inning, Savannah Gaither, Grace Stapleton, and Caitlin Leister will be the three hitters for the Deer. This team came in 29-21. They won the Red River States Conference postseason tournament. Here's the pitch, and in that tournament, they defeated Rio Grande in 3 games. They won the first game 3-0, then lost the second game 5-1, and won the third one 14-6, their first title since 2019. And the pitch popped up on the infield, shortstop over to make the catch. That's Rusevich, and there's quickly one out here in the fourth inning. All conference players for Indiana University, Emma Davis, the pitcher, Sophia Guy and Josie Lemons, they all made first team. Lillian Mackey and Mackenzie Walters were second teamers, and Ava Allen was a third teamer. Stapleton walked her first time up, and she was stranded at second base. Takes this pitch inside. It's 1-0. Camille Oyer, 17-0 on the year with an ERA of .91. Pitch a little inside, and it's 2-0. Her team leading 1-0 on a leadoff home run in the bottom of the first inning. Here's the next one. That's a little outside of 3-0. Again, Stapleton walked her first time up. Leister will be on deck. The Grenadiers trying to get a run or two to tie or take the lead. They trail 1-0. There was a strike, and it's 3-1 to Stapleton. Right-handed hitter. Leister is next. And the pitch fouled back. Now it's 3-2. Good job by Oyer to come back from a 3-0 count to make it 3-2. Mentioned IU Southeast won the River States Conference postseason tournament. The only other team in that conference to make the field of 48, Oakland City. This one popped up. Short right field. Now the center fielder coming over into right center to make the catch, and that's Peschke, and there's quickly 2 out. So good job by Oyer. She was down 3-0 on the count, came back to get her on a fly ball to short right center, and here is Caitlin Leister. She struck out her first time up. Already in the fourth inning. Next first pitch swing and foul back to the screen, 0-1. Our next game is scheduled for 2:30 this afternoon. That's Midland, Nebraska and Central Methodist. All of our games from this site broadcast on the Urban Edge Network. 1-1 as that pitch stayed inside. To Leister. She gets in front of that batter's box as she can from the right side and fouls this one off the screen. It's 1-2. The Deer have left 3 runners on base. They did 2 in the second, 1 last inning. First 2 have been retired here in the fourth. And here's the pitch. Line drive, foul, left side. That got around on that one and pulled it foul. So 1-2 is the count on Leicester. Here's the next one from Oyer. Swing and a miss, and that is her third strikeout. Another 1-2-3 inning. Nothing across for the Deer here in the fourth. Bottom of the fourth coming up. Madonna leads at 1-0. We head into the bottom of the fourth inning, 1-0. I think we have a change at third base, it appears. It looks like Caitlin Chitwood is in at third for the Deer. Where's number 31? So she's playing at third base. And the hitter is Fitzpatrick, Riley Fitzpatrick. And a little soft number right to her. Well, we call her. She just came in the game, and just a very soft little line drive, handled easily there, and there's one out. One pitch, one out. Carson Kuhlman reached on a fielder's choice in the first inning, was stranded at first. First pitch to her. How about the job Emma Davis has done since that first inning? Gave up a leadoff home run, loaded the bases, had a couple of big strikeouts, but since then she has settled in. There's a strike, and it's 1-1. Pitch is high. Madonna University, the number one team in the final poll. Three of the teams here are ranked. Central Methodist, number 20 in the last poll, and number 24, the Warriors from Midland University. 3-1 is the count on Kuhlman. And the next one to her. There's a strike. And it's 3-2. Count is full. Peyton Whitmore waits on deck. Here's the next one. Swing and a foul tip. Catcher could not hold on. Mackey couldn't hold on. When that happens and the foul tip is just guess if you can hang on to it or not. Still 3-2. Here's the next one to Kuhlman. Popped up, foul. Behind and on top of the press box. So still 3-2. 1-0, Madonna with a lead, one out, bottom of the fourth inning. Next pitch. Checks his swing, takes a walk. That's the first walk given up by Davis. So a one-out walk brings in Peyton Whitmore, who struck out her first time up. May have a pinch runner coming on here, I have a feeling, for Madonna. That number 16. Lucy Bennon. So Lucy Bennon from Pickford, Michigan will be running here. So Bennon is the runner for Kuhlman. And at the plate is Whitmore. Home plate umpire adjusting his mask now. Home plate umpire today is Jeff Osborne. Ron Jones is at first and Jason Smith at third. Pitch is low, ball one. Madonna, member of the Wolverine Hoosier Athletic Conference. The only other team to make the softball is Indiana Tech. Here's a ground ball to short, throw to first in time for the out and on the play. Pinch runner goes on to second. So Bennon's at second with 2 out as Whitmore grounds to short. And that'll bring up Ella Thomas. Fly to left the first time out. As I mentioned, the only other team in the conference to make the tournament was Indiana Tech. And they lost to Madonna 4-2 and 3-2 to win the postseason. Pitch is a strike. This is the third year in a row that Madonna won the regular season title. And then again, they won the conference tournament by defeating Indiana Tech 4-2 and 3-2. So runner at second is Bennon, 2 out. 1-1 count on Thomas. Here's the pitch, fouled back off the screen, 1-2. Big run out there. We're getting late in this one. Bottom of the fourth inning. It's 1-0. Here's the next one. Just a little outside. Davis looking for a strikeout here. The infield playing at normal depth. Bennon is ready to run at second, and the pitch. Line drive, left field. That is a fair ball, and it gets by Stapleton, who dives for it. And that is a double, and that will score Bennon. That's a huge run for the Crusaders on the double down the left field line by Thomas. Good effort by Stapleton, but she could not get there, and that ball dropped. Oh, good foot and a half fair down that left field line. So she trades places with Bennon. Bennon scores the double by Thomas, and here's Peschke. First pitch to her, line drive, base hit into center field, rounding third, coming home. Here's the throw, and safe at home is Thomas on the base hit by Peschke, and it's 3-0. So a walk and 2 hits, and now it's 3-0 here in the bottom of the fourth inning. Top of the order, and Reagan Finkbeiner, she started all this tournament with a home run at first at bat. It's now 3-0, and a 1-0 count on Finkbeiner. Boy, 2 big hits with 2 outs. Now high fly ball left field. Stapleton makes the catch. Didn't get all that one, but a big inning for Madonna. They come up with a couple of runs with 2 2-out hits. There were no errors, and they left a runner on base. 3-0 Crusaders. We head to inning number 5. Fifth inning coming up. It'll be Mackey, Winsler, Shoemaker. For the Deer, they need some runs. They're down 3-0. 2 big 2-out hits by Madonna. And they came in here with a record of 45-4 IU Southeast 29-21. For Madonna, as far as all conference, and they had a bunch. The player of the year in the conference was Ashley Rosevich for the second straight year. Camille Oyer, who's pitching right now, was pitcher of the year. That's 7 straight years the Crusaders have had the pitcher of the year in that conference. And look at this for first team. Sarah Austin, Peyton Whitmore, Faith Crampton, Brent Antow, Reagan Finkbeiner, Faith Peschke, Riley Fitzpatrick were all first-teamers. Anna Badigan, Jessica Dunkel, Ella Thomas, and Carson Kuhlman all made second team. So well represented. Here's a strike to Mackey. She's the catcher. A base hit, the only hit for IU Southeast. Check swing, rolls a foul ball down the first base line. Handled there by Crampton, but it was well foul. This tournament on the campus of Central Methodist University Cox Softball Complex, and named Reardon Family Field at homecoming this past year for head coach Pat Reardon, his 34th year, and his dad Gene, longtime assistant. 1-2, pitch, line foul, left side, out of play. Good job by Mackey. She turned on that one, but was out in front and fouled it off. Waits for the next pitch. And she gets her second hit of the day. Line drive right by the diving second baseman, Ella Thomas. So Mackey is 2 for 2 with a leadoff single here in the 5th inning to bring up Elena Winsler. May have a pinch runner here. Let's see. Yeah, we are going to have a pinch runner.
Courtesy running at first base for Indiana University Southeast, number 14, Hallie Furr.
Haley Furr, I believe, is the pinch runner. So she's on at first. As Winsler steps in from the right side. And the pitch. Outside ball 1. Haley Furr, Greenwood, Indiana. She's a redshirt sophomore. Here's the next pitch. There's a strike, 1-1. Well, Oyer, thanks to her offense, has a 3-run lead. A couple of those runs with 2 outs last inning. But here we have a leadoff single and a 1-1 count on Winsler. She's going to bunt it, bunts it foul. Throw down to second, goes into center field, but it was a foul ball. Thank goodness it was foul because that throw by the catcher went past second base, and with all the outfielders moving to cover, that ball rolled all the way to the fence, right center, but it was foul. So it's 1-1. Or 1-2 now is the count after that attempted bunt. Furr ready to run. Here's the pitch. Strike 3 call. Outside corner. Winsler is out of there. And that is the 4th strikeout by Oyer. Again, she came in there with a .91 earned run average and hasn't disappointed her team and fans so far today. Here's the pitch. Little pop up into short left center. The left fielder hustling in to make the play. That's Finkbeiner. And now there are 2 outs. That's the second time that Shoemaker's hit the fly ball for an out. First time was to short center. Top of the order, Josie Lemons. Fly to left. Ground out to second. Now there are 2 outs with a runner at first. And here's the pitch to Lemons. Late swing, fouls it left side over the third base dugout, 0-1. Next pitch, ground foul third base side, and it's quickly 0-2. The softball field just out beyond center field is the baseball field at Central Methodist, and the Eagles are warming up out there right now. Here's the 0-2. Ground ball towards short. Handled there on the second hop by Rosevich. And the player of the year in the conference throws her out. And that's it in the inning. No runs, a hit. The second hit, both of them by Mackey. No errors, 1 left. Bottom 5 coming up, 3-0. Madonna.
The value of champions of character across all institutions is a message that we can all get behind.
The purpose behind Champions of Character is to have that student-athlete experience be one of growth.
Men's basketball on campus, we make sure that we give back with a smile and with a purpose.
Our goal as coaches is for our players to leave being better men, better husbands, better fathers, and better members in their community.
NAIA is Champions of Character.
Bottom of the 5th inning. Davis back to that pitching circle. And she will face Rosevich, Antel, and Crampton. Pitch is inside, ball 1. Yusevich, a base hit, and it was forced at home. Bases were loaded, little ground ball right in front of the pitching circle, and she was forced at home. 2-0 now on her, and then she flied to center her second time up. Hard ground ball foul outside the third. 2-1. .421 average on the year. Leads this team with 14 home runs. Pitch is high, and it's 3-1. Well, the way that Oyer is pitching, you almost think that Davis can't afford to give up any more runs. There's a line drive, and that is foul. Maybe an inch, maybe 2. Third base umpire, Jason Smith, turned and made the call. That thing was close to being a fair ball. As it is, it's a strike and it's 3-2. Pitched by Davis. Ball 4. Second walk given up by Davis. So a leadoff walk. And here's Faith Crampton. Crampton struck out. And then a little soft liner to third. So she's 0 for 2 and swings and misses at the first pitch. Next one to her. Runner goes. Here's the throw. She is out, trying to steal second. Rosevich trying to steal second. And she is thrown out. I said that Crampton was the plate. That's Antal at the plate right now. But Rosevich is thrown out trying to steal. So 1 out, nobody on. And here is the pitch to Antal. Said Crampton, but it's Antal's out there. Crampton would be the next hitter. Pitch, swing and a miss. Well, that was a big out at second base. You just kind of feel that the Deer cannot afford to give up any more runs here. Next pitch, swing and a miss. That's the 4th strikeout for Davis. And the second time that Antal struck out. And here is Crampton now, strikeout victim, and then a little soft liner to third to the second out. So she's 0 for 2. Antal's 0 for 2. Pitch to Crampton. Outside, ball 1. If she gets on, then Fitzpatrick would be the hitter. Two out, pitch is high, 2-0. We're in the bottom of the 5th inning. Madonna leading 3-0. The ball got loose out of the bullpen area. So Crampton back in. And the pitch to her. That's outside. Oh, that's a strike on the outside corner, 2-1. And this next one, that is outside. So 3-1 is the count on Crampton, the first baseman for the Crusaders. Foul back to the screen, 3-2. Give Madonna the number 1 seed in this site. And this IU Southeast team, the number 4 seed. There's ball 4. And that's the second walk of the inning. And the third given up by Davis, and that'll bring up Fitzpatrick with 2 out. May have a pinch runner coming up here for Madonna. So Crampton walked, but she will not stay on the bases. Looks like that is Izzy McCauthen, I believe. Yeah, Izzy McCaughan. McCaughan will be running here. Izzy McCaughan. So she's the pinch runner. Fitzpatrick is the hitter. There are 2 outs. Bottom of the 5th, 3-0. First pitch in for a strike. Let's see if McCaughan's going to try to run here. Get in scoring position. 0-1 on Fitzpatrick. There goes the runner. There's a line drive to left field, caught by Stapleton as she moves to her left. And the inning is over. That ball was hit hard, but Stapleton able to make the play. In the inning, no runs, no hits, couple of walks, no errors, and 1 left on. Madonna stranded 5 runners. 6th inning, 3-0 Crusaders.
Welcome to the Heart of America Athletic Conference, where innovation meets tradition. Here, growth is not just measured in victories, but in the development of character and sportsmanship. Our student athletes compete at a championship level, pushing their limits every day. The Heart is committed to an uncommon student athlete experience that features some of the premier athletic programs in the NAIA. Our commitment to excellence goes beyond athletics, establishing a community of support and mentorship. But what truly sets
As we head into the 6th inning, a new pitcher for Madonna and a Vatican with a 1.40 ERA comes in to do the pitching. And she's going to face Mackenzie Walters. First pitch, fouled back off the screen, 0-1. Madigan wears number 37 out of Livonia, Michigan, hometown product. Next pitch, fouled back. So Madigan doing the pitching now. Again, a 1.40 ERA for her. And she's quickly ahead, 0-2, and the pitch. Oh, foul back off the screen. We'll do it again. Madigan, 1.4 ERA. She struck out 38. She's pitched 50 innings. Her record is 5-1. So Madigan, right-handed pitcher. She's ready to go, and it's quickly 0-2 again on Walters. Here's the pitch. Line drive, left field, base hit. Leadoff single by Walters. That'll bring up Sophia Guy. Guy grounded to third. And then ended the 3rd inning. She had a ground ball to short, and they forced Walters at second. Now we're going to have another pinch runner, it appears now. Guy is the scheduled hitter. So we have a pinch runner at first. Guy is the hitter. Sixth inning. IU Southeast trying to get some runners on base. There's a line foul off the screen in front of the first base dugout, 0-1. Oh, 1 is the count on Guy. She's 0 for 2. Pitch is high, 1-1. The infielders playing normal depth. Pitch, fly ball into center field, backing up a couple of steps, making the catch out there is Peschke, 1 out. That brings in Gaither. Savannah is 0 for 2. Struck out in the second. Little pop-up handled by the shortstop in the 4th. Batting here with 1 on, 1 out. Pitch is high, ball 1. And the next one. Line drive, foul, right side. So Gaither unable to keep that one in play. And next one to her. Swing and a miss. It's 1-2. Stapleton would be next. And the pitch. Swing and a miss. First strikeout. Well, the second time Gaither struck out. So now 2 outs with a runner on at first. And there are 2 outs for Stapleton. She has walked once and flied to center. takes a strike 0-1. That was the first strikeout for Badajan. So she now has 39 on the year. Trying to get through the sixth inning. Here's the pitch. Squaring to bunt, taking it high, throw down to first, and they pick off Allen. Trying to get a little bit of a jump. If the ball was bunted, she got a couple steps off, and a good throw by Whitmore, and she is out at first. So in the inning, no runs, one hit, no errors, and nobody left. Bottom of sixth, 3-0, Crusaders. Bottom of the sixth inning coming up. Reminder, after this one, it'll be Midland, Nebraska and Central Methodist on the Urban Edge Network. 3 games tomorrow, and we'll wrap it up on Wednesday since this is just a 4-team site. Some of the sites have 5 teams. Davis trying to get through this 6th inning and get her team up to bat one more time. Pitch is fouled back by Coleman. She is 0 for 1 with a walk and a run scored. Ground ball, fair to third. Knocked down, throw across in time for the out. Good play, 1 out. And that brings up Peyton Whitmore, the catcher. She fouls one off the screen. Handled there by the third baseman who came in, Caitlin Chitwood out of Louisville, who made that nice play. There's a check swing, pitches outside, 1-1. Here's the next one. Fouled left side over the third base dugout, and it's 1-2. Davis gave up that home run to start the game to Finkbeiner, and then gave up 2 runs in the 4th with 2 out. That's where we are, 3-0. There's a slow ground ball to short. Throw to first in time for the out. Shoemaker made a perfect throw, and quickly 2 out here, and that's going to bring up Ella Thomas. Thomas had one of those 2-out hits in the 4th inning to bring in an extra run. So she's 1 for 2. Only 4 hits by the Crusaders, but 1 a home run and then 2 2-out hits. There's a strike. Very timely hitting. On the other side, IU Southeast with just 3 hits, all singles. Pitch is outside, 1-1. Swing and a miss by Thomas. And it's quickly 1-2. One and two is the count and the pitch. Base hit up the middle. Just stuck the bat out there. Nice, easy swing and gets her second hit. A base hit right up the middle, and that bring up Peschke. Faith Peschke will come up. She also had a 2-out hit in that 2-run fourth inning. On the first pitch, a fair ball into the left field corner. Diving into third base is Thomas. In at second with a double is Peschke. So here we go again with 2 out. Runners now at second and third with 2 out. I think we're going to have a new pitcher. Good job by Davis, but she just couldn't get that third out. So we are going to have a pitching change as Madonna leads it by the score of 3-0. Let's take a look at Olivia Morris. She's going to be the new pitcher coming in here. She is out of Mooresville, Indiana. She's a left-hander. Taking a look at some of her numbers, she has an earned run average of 3.75, a record of 3-2. This will be her 29th appearance this year. She struck out 24, walked 30, given up 81 hits, 44 runs. So she's in there trying to get this final out of the 6th inning. And she'll have to do it against the top of the order. And Reagan Finkbeiner, who started this whole thing with a home run, this whole game with a home run. Here's the pitch. She bunts it in front of the plate. That's going to be a base hit and a run scores. Morris able to field it, but she could not get to home in time as Thomas was diving into the plate. Going to third is Peschke. Infield hit by Finkbeiner. And now they've pulled this game open. That's a foul ball down the left field line by Rosevich. That was about a foot away from scoring another run or two. Again, these two teams met to start the season. Madonna won at 7-0. They're up 4-0 here with runners at first and third. We're going to give her a hit or a fielder's choice there. So that'll be a fielder's choice. No hit. Runner goes to second. Ground foul. So Finkbeiner on the fielder's choice is on at second now. Peschke's on at third. And it's a 1-2 count on Rosevich. Leading hitter. Pitch. Outside. So runners at second and third. 2-2 count. It's 4-0. That was a big run for Madonna. Here's the next one. There's a base hit into right field. 2 runs are going to score. Throw comes home, not in time. And now it's 6-0. All this with 2 out. Rosevich with a hit. That's her second hit. She's 2 out of 3. 2 more runs scored. 3 runs in the inning. And just like that, it's 6-0. Again, all with 2 out. The same thing in the 4th inning. In this inning, a ground out to third, ground out to short, and then base hit, double, fielder's choice, base hit. Foul left side. So the number 1 seed, number 1 team in the country as far as the latest poll has a 6-0 lead. Next pitch. Change up, fouled straight back. IU Southeast will have one more at bat. Here's the pitch. It's a little bit high, and it's 2-2. Antal struck out twice in this game. Here's the pitch. There's a long, short line drive or soft line drive right to short. Shoemaker makes the catch, but the damage done. 3 runs in the inning, 3 hits, all with 2 outs, and one more left on base. 7th inning, 6-0, Madonna.
Welcome to the Heart of America Athletic Conference, where innovation meets tradition. Here, growth is not just measured in victories, but in the development of character and sportsmanship. Our student athletes compete at a championship level, pushing their limits every day. The Heart is committed to an uncommon student athlete experience that features some of the premier athletic programs in the NAIA. Our commitment to excellence goes beyond athletics, establishing a community of support and mentorship. But what truly sets us apart is the heart with which we play. Join us and experience the passion, the drive, and the spirit of champions. That passion and commitment extends off the playing field and into graduation.
Top of the 7th inning, 6-0 is our score. Madonna in control of this one. 2 runs in the 4th, 2 in the 6th. Both innings, all the runs scored with 2 outs. Anna Badajan back to the pitching circle for Madonna. Both these teams will play again tomorrow. We'll have 3 tomorrow and then wrap it up on Wednesday. Stepping in is Stapleton. She walked and flied to center. Where's number 27? And the pitch to her. In for a strike. Badajan now saying, let's throw strikes. We've got the lead, 6-0. Winning pitcher would be Camille Oyer. She would, if this holds, she'll be 18-0. And a .91 earned run average, and didn't give up a run today, so obviously she'll improve on that as well. She'll be 18-0. Bunt attempt fouled back off the screen. It's 0-2. We'll take a little break between games, get you ready for the Warriors of Midland, the Eagles of Central Methodist. There's a soft ground ball, 1 hopper to second. Thomas handles it, 1 out. Here's Caitlin Leister. Leister, that struck out a couple of times in this game. First pitch to her, and that goes to the second baseman, Thomas. She ranges far to her left, grabs it, and kind of an off-balance throw to first, 2 down. So 1 out away from moving on. 1 out away from their 43rd win of the year. Or the 46th win of the year. They're 45-4. 1 out away. Here's the pitch. Ground ball to first, and that will do it. A 1, 2, 3 innings. So the number 1 team, the Crusaders of Madonna University, win the first game. They're now 46-4, so it's a 1, 2, 3 inning. Quickly a wrap up for Madonna. They scored their 6 runs. They had 7 hits. The winning pitcher is Camille Oyer. As far as IU Southeast, no runs. They had 3 hits, all singles, and they left 4 on base. The losing pitcher in that one will be Emma Davis. So that's game 1 of our side here in Fayette, as Madonna wins it by the score of 6-0. We'll take a break, come back in a while with Midland against CMU from Central Methodist University.